Senator Merkley's fiery protest, standing up against Trump's threats to democracy in the dimly lit Senate chamber. One man refused to yield the floor. As the clock ticked past midnight, Senator Jeff Merkley stood a lone voice, unwavering, message clear: democracy is under threat. What drove him to take such a rare stand? And what does this dramatic act reveal about the state of American democracy today? The stand begins. It was late in Washington. Most senators had gone home. But Jeff Merkley, a soft-spoken Democrat from Oregon, took the floor and began to speak. What followed wasn't just a speech, it was a protest. A throwback to an older kind of politics, where the floor belonged to those who refused to be silent. Merkley's message was simple but powerful. No one is above the law. Not even the president. To understand why Merkley's stand mattered, we need to step back. The nation had been roiled by Donald Trump's repeated attacks on democratic institutions, calling the media the enemy of the people, questioning elections, and floating ideas that blurred the line between democracy and authoritarianism. Merkley's protest wasn't just about 1 minute, it was about a moment in American history when truth itself felt endangered. For hours, Merkley spoke about the Constitution, about the fragility of freedom, about the duty of elected officials to protect democratic norms, especially when it's hardest. He didn't shout, he didn't insult. Instead, he appealed to the conscience of the chamber. When democracy is threatened, silence is complicity. It wasn't just political theater, it was a moral statement. Merkley's protest spread quickly online. Clips flooded social media. Hashtags like #StandForDemocracy began trending. Supporters called him a patriot. Critics called it a stunt. But one thing was undeniable: his stand reignited a national conversation. What does democracy mean in an age of division, misinformation, and fear? Merkley wasn't just talking about Trump, he was warning about a larger pattern. A slow erosion of trust, civility, and accountability. From voting rights rollbacks to intimidation of election officials, the senator's late-night stand became a symbol, a reminder that democracy depends on people who are willing to speak up, even when it's unpopular. Because the real threat isn't always loud, it's the quiet fading of our shared values. When Merkley finally left the floor, exhausted but resolute, few headlines captured the moment's full weight. But history might. In a time when many stay silent, he chose to speak for democracy, for truth, for the future. Senator Merkley's stand may have lasted only one night, but his message echoes far beyond the chamber walls. Because defending democracy doesn't start in Washington, it starts with us. What do you think? Was Merkley right to take a stand, or was it just political theater? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell for more deep dives into America's most defining moments.